So here I was immensely enjoying a little Schadenfreude with the Jennifer Lopez Ben Affleck divorce. But then it occurred because, we told you so. It might be a good idea to give it a little explanation. So the first thing is that the whole rekindled romance occurred with a 19-degree Gemini eclipse that was hitting Ben Affleck and Jennifer Lopez's Venus and Saturn. And I don't remember which belonged which, but they have Venus and Saturn in the exact degree of 19 Gemini in the same place. So when this eclipse occurred, when this romance rekindled, they were both getting hit hard by this. There's a whole lot of, true love bubbles and funny time happening. Now, eclipses will stir things up. They don't guarantee success in things. So, this was all stirred up and, they're very excited about reuniting and all sorts of stuff, but that doesn't necessarily mean that they should have gone off and gotten married, which we didn't think they should do. But, what are you going to do, right? Now, what's interesting is right now as we speak, it is June 2024. And so they've been married less than a couple of years. And they're officially filing for divorce. It's official. It's out in public and official. As Saturn has hit the degree of 19 Pisces, squaring that eclipse degree that brought these two back together. Now, with Saturn and Pisces, one of the things we've learned over this last year or so is that Saturn and Pisces really has brought the hammer down. Talk about holding people accountable. So there's been a lot of accountability that has been had as a result of forced transparency about motivations and behaviors. So I would not be the least bit surprised if some of this divorce is because it became very clear what the real deal was as far as the motivations for getting married for both of them. And people are being held accountable, for their things here. So Saturn in Pisces right now is squaring the eclipse degree of 19 Gemini that got these two married, and now they're getting divorced. Now, would this happen to you? Maybe. I mean, the reality is that Saturn hitting that ecliptic degree that brought them together doesn't mean that they were going to get divorced. What it does mean is that if they were getting married for the wrong reasons, or under false pretenses, the truth would come out and failure of the marriage would absolutely occur, which looks like this is exactly what's happening. So again, I told you so. And again, A-Rod was the infinitely more compatible person for her, and that ship has sailed. He will never take her back. Well, maybe he might, but I seriously doubt it. I don't know if those kids are going to forgive her for that either. Saturn, karma, consequences. These are the consequences of her actions. So maybe this time Miss Hot Pants there will cool her jets and slow her roll a little bit, because a lot of what drives her to bounce from marriage to marriage to marriage has a lot to do with having a very high sex drive and this whole Catholic good girl, I'm not a slut, I don't do this sort of thing. So she feels like she's got to have a full-on traditional relationship to justify what she's doing. And also too, she's very much about her ambitions and where she's trying to go in life and not having to pay those bills by herself. Which, listen, I mean, we're not much better. Let's be serious. We're just not as attractive. And we certainly don't have the options that she does. So there's a lot of that too. But, she's at an age where this is a really good time for her to sit back and cool her jets and maybe take stock of her life. And, I don't know, invest in a vibrator.